Hello guys, we're going to do a quick little presentation on my thoughts and opinions on the recent news. The Pokemon Naganadel has been quick banned from OU, so it can only be played in Ubers, and anything goes. Short summary, I do not think that it should have been quick banned. Maybe we could have given it a little bit more time, get people like NGNP cooking in the kitchen, and yeah, I think we could have seen a positive switch without being so harsh on it. So what I'm going to do here is go through a couple of the sets that were created in order to counteract this new threat, as well as implement some of my own. And we can see here that there's quite a few things that could have been done to face this. So I'm just going to show some calcs, see some counters and some checks. So first we're going to do Spit F Heatran. And so this was a pretty common set. We just added Earth Power to it, and we can see that a +2 Devastating Drake only does a 68% maximum. Meanwhile, our Earth Power is doing 73% minimum. So if we add a couple layers of spikes, that would be a guaranteed OHKO on the Naganadel. Meanwhile, Naganadel would not be able to 2-8 KO us back with a Devastating Drake plus Draco Meteor at +2. So we can see that Heatran, which has been a popular fixture in the metagame since Generation 4, could continue to show that prevalence and maybe become a little bit more variable from a Spit Taunt set that we see here to a Spit Earth Power set. And there was even the Magma Storm Grassy MC that was running around. Next, we will have a AV T-Tar. It was a little bit of an ingenious set that was created by someone. I didn't put any special defense in it, but you can already see that it is taking on fairly nicely. Devastating Drake only does 81% maximum, so with special defense investment, I'm sure we would be able to eat it quite well. And we can see in return that Earthquake does 92% minimum, so if we had 1 layer of spikes, then that should be a guaranteed OHKO, if not 2 layers of spikes. Stealth Rocks, it would be a roll, but definitely in your favor, because we can see it's about a 50-50 roll in our case originally. So next we will have a new Pokemon in Stakataka. Stakataka easily eats a Devastating Drake. This is 252 attack, or 252 HP, 252 defense, and a sassy nature. Which doesn't really matter because the Gyro Balls can be powered up anyways, thank you to Stakataka's very low speed. And you see that the Devastating Drake does 80%, which is a little bit on the higher end, but we just want to make sure that we get a safe switch in for Stakataka, which is easily allowed. We just have to stack them on, and the speed boost doesn't really matter with Stakataka's case. And next we have a little bit of just a little cheeky set. We see that a Poipole, Eviolite, Calm Nature, Max Spit F, is able to eat Devastating Drake quite well. This is unboosted, so we would have to work around the Nasty Plot addition to Naganadel, but I think that's relatively easy to bait a Z move, or even make sure to put up the offensive pressure, make sure it doesn't get any Nasty Plot up. So you can do your own Draco Meteor back and then allow the priority users to be able to outspeed and take it out. Thank you to Naganadel's pretty poor defensive natures, or defensive stats. Here we have a Spit F Torkoal. Again, this is not a boosted Devastating Drake, but we can see that it's still doing 55 to 65%, which I believe puts Draco Meteor at a roll to kill, but we are obviously going to get the roll, and we're going to be able to maybe even hit that explosion. So with a couple layers of spikes up, we'd be able to take out the Naganadel with our Torkoal. Next we have AV Magearna. We can see that Steel and Fairy type are very optimal for taking on Naganadel, as the Steel type prevents the Sludge Wave from affecting it, and the Fairy type prevents the Dragon type from taking effect. So we won't get anything from that Devastating Drake. So we will have to focus on either the coverage move that is often Thunderbolt or Fire Blast. In this case, Fire Blast only does 69.5%, and we can easily take it out with a Floor Cannon and get that Soul Heart boost. We're only at -1 and be able to take on the rest of the team. Similarly, we can see that other Steel Fairy types take it on fairly well too. Fire Blast only doing 68% max to a Klefki, and we know that the Prankster Thunder Wave can be a menace to faster Mons, which will allow some of the other Pokemon on your team to be able to counteract it. This this calc has absolutely nothing to do with Naganadel, but I just want to point out that even if you aim for the horn, uh, Pikachu's Thunderbolt still will not do anything. Please do not try it. Earthquake will still do a lot of damage, and you will not kill it. So I just want to make that really clear that don't listen to the anime. Here we see Tapu Bulu versus Tapu Koko, a band set versus a spec set. We can see that Tapu Koko is being a little bit of pussy here, and only doing 69% max with Dazzling Gleam, whereas a Stab Wood Hammer does 130% minimum. So a Tapu Bulu can easily 1v1 in Tapu Koko, and nobody runs Brave Bird. Similar, we can see with Tapu Lele. Please do not check the spec set on Tapu Lele. Heat-proof Bronzong is also another amazing check to Naganadel. Devastating Drake only doing 70% to a Spadef-natured sassy Bronzong. And we can see that the Gyro Ball also does a fair amount to Naganadel, as it would be fully powered due to the speed difference. I know we can see some offensive counters and not counters, but switch-ins after Naganadel maybe kills him on. So Talonflame is one of the best Pokemon in all the metagame, and it gets, with the recent nerf to Gale Wings, people saw its value decrease, but I saw also some opportunity. So we saw with Pheromosa, who, mind you, took 4 months to get banned. Talonflame was the optimal Pokemon to take on Pheromosa. Gale Wings, Brave Bird from full, easily O-code it. Even Acrobatics if you want to keep that Gale Wings. And here we can see much of the same thing, where a Supersonic Sky Strike, there would be a boosted Brave Bird, would easily take it out with 101% chance, or doing 101% of damage. And so Naganadel, even at +6, wouldn't even get the opportunity to kill Talonflame. And you would still be full percent, so whatever he switches in would also have to take a Brave Bird or an Acrobatics. Additionally, if you want to sack off your whole team, we can bank on getting 5 protects in a row to equal the speed boost that Naganadel would get from its beast boost. And of course we're going to get it, and we could take out Naganadel with a Psychic Fangs, which does 112% minimum from a Sharpedo. And so we can see that there's multiple offensive checks. Additionally, to the same method, we can do Ninjask, who is Supersonic Sky Strike, has a 50% chance to OHKO after 3 layers of spikes. So again, we can add Stealth Rocks there, and it can make a little bit of a difference and increase our odds of taking it out. We also could have other priority members such as Dragonite or Scizor. So in conclusion, I don't think Naganadel is super broken. I think that people weren't willing to give the metagame a chance to evolve around it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And let me know your thoughts on Naganadel. And take care.